You have arrived here not by chance, but by a divine appointment you made with yourself long before the stars were named. You are standing at the precipice of a monumental awakening, a remembrance of a power so profound, so absolute, that its mere existence has been veiled from you by layers of mundane reality. This is the Atlas awakening. Within your very DNA, sleeping in the silent chambers of your soul, lies a code, a divine technology that holds the blueprint to all creation. We call this the God Code. It is not something you must earn or find. It is something you must simply unseal. It is the core of your being, the eternal engine that has powered civilizations, built empires, and painted the nebulae across the cosmos. It is the Titan's strength, the philosopher's insight, and the king's decree, all coiled within you, waiting for the sound of its own name. For too long, you have been taught to look outside of yourself for power. You have been instructed to plead, to hope, to wait. You have been told that reality is a fixed, solid thing to which you must adapt. This is the greatest deception ever perpetrated upon the consciousness of humankind. The truth is that reality is a fluid, energetic hologram, and you are the projector. The world you experience is a direct, unwavering reflection of the signals you are broadcasting from within. The poverty, the lack, the struggle, these are not your fate. They are merely the result of a misaligned signal, a broadcast of a code that is not your own. The Atlas awakening is the moment you reclaim the broadcast tower. It is the moment you stop listening to the static of the world and begin transmitting the symphony of your own sovereign will. The journey we are about to embark upon is not one of learning but of remembering. You will not be given new powers. You will simply be handed the keys to the kingdom you already own. The Atlas energy is the primordial foundational force of the universe. Atlas does not stand for a mythical figure holding the sky. It is an acronym for the very fabric of your power. Absolute, Transcendent, a light, activating, Psalm overenty. It is the energy that responds to your deepest convictions. It does not judge, it does not question. It simply obeys the authority of your consciousness. To unseal the God Code is to consciously take command of this energy, to move from being a passive observer of your life to being its supreme, undisputed architect. This is your birthright. The moment you accept this is the moment the seals begin to crack, and the light of your true potential begins to pour forth, illuminating the path to a life of unimaginable wealth, power, and freedom. This awakening requires a single, potent decision, the decision to abandon the reality you were given and to start deliberately creating the reality you desire. It is a declaration of independence from circumstance. As you listen to these words, feel a shift within you. Feel the dormant giant stirring. That is the Atlas energy responding to the call. It recognizes the voice of its master. Let this be the moment your old world begins to dissolve. Let the foundations of lack and limitation tremble and turn to dust. You are not a victim of your reality. You are its creator, and your tools have been returned to you. The code is within you. The power is yours to command. The awakening has begun. This is the foundational truth upon which all empires of the self are built. You are the operative power. There is no other. The universe is not happening to you. It is happening through you. The God Code within you is a series of I am statements that define the parameters of your existence. For eons, you have allowed others to write these statements for you. I am not enough. I am struggling. I am waiting for my turn. Today, you seize the pen. You are the author, the scribe, and the sacred law. The Atlas awakening is the recognition that every I am you declare is a command to the substance of the universe, and it has no choice but to conform. Wealth is not a thing to be acquired. It is a reality to be declared. Power is not a position to be won. It is an identity to be assumed. This is the secret held by every great master, emperor, and visionary in history. They did not change the world. They changed themselves, and the world changed in obedience. Let these affirmations be the first turn of the key, the first crack in the seal. Repeat them not as hopeful wishes, but as statements of irrefutable fact. Let them resonate from the core of your being, vibrating through every cell and out into the quantum field. This is your first act as a conscious architect. Energy affirmations. I am the power that creates worlds. I am unsealing the divine code within me now. My reality responds to my command. I am the architect of my empire. The Atlas energy awakens in me. I remember who I am. My sovereign power is fully restored. Chapter 2. The Threefold Flame. Intention, Imagination, and the I Am Dominion. The Atlas energy, now stirring within you, is the raw, unformed clay of creation. It is pure, infinite potential. But clay, no matter how divine, requires the hands of a sculptor to give it form. Your consciousness is that sculptor, and you shape this cosmic energy using three sacred, powerful tools. This is the threefold flame, the trinity of power that transforms the unseen into the seen, the possible into the tangible. These three flames burn at the core of your being. They are intention, imagination, and the I Am Dominion. Master these three and you master your universe. They are the engine of reality creation, the internal technology that allows you to take the infinite potential of the God Code and forge it into a life of opulence, authority, and perfect design. The first flame is intention. This is not mere wishing or hoping. This is the silent, unshakable command of a sovereign. A true intention is a focused, laser-like beam of consciousness that cuts through all doubt, all possibility of failure, and impresses its desire directly onto the quantum field. An intention is a decision that has already been made. When you truly intend something, you are not asking the universe for permission. You are informing the universe of a reality that now exists. It is the arrow loosed from the bow, already certain of its target. Most people dilute their intentions with the poison of uncertainty. They say, I would like to be wealthy. The architect says, I have decided on wealth. The frequency is entirely different. One is a plea, the other is a decree. Your intention is the targeting system for the Atlas energy. Without a clear, absolute, and unwavering intention, this immense power remains dormant and undirected. The second flame is imagination. This is the sacred workshop, the alchemical chamber where you build the blueprint of your desired reality. Your imagination is not a frivolous faculty for daydreaming. It is the most powerful and immediate creative tool you possess. It is the quantum easel upon which you paint the scenes of your fulfilled desire. Albert Einstein, a man who understood the fabric of the cosmos, called it the preview of life's coming attractions. He understood that what is vividly and consistently imagined must, by the laws of energy and vibration, manifest in the physical world. To imagine your wish fulfilled is not to pretend. It is to enter a parallel reality where it is already true. You must feel the weight of the gold in your hands, smell the leather of your new car, hear the congratulatory voices, and feel the sublime peace of absolute financial security. Your imagination is the womb of creation. The Atlas energy gestates within the visions you hold, and what you gestate, you must give birth to. The third and most potent flame is the I Am Dominion. This is the seal of reality, the stamp of divine authority. The words I am are the two most powerful words in any language, for they are a direct statement of being. Whatever follows I am becomes your law. When you say I am wealthy, you are not describing a future state. You are claiming a present reality. You are issuing a divine decree that reverberates through every layer of existence. The universe does not hear your pleas or your wants. It hears your I am. This is your dominion. You are the king or queen on the throne of your consciousness, and your I am statements are the royal edicts that your kingdom, your reality, must obey. To live in the I am dominion is to cease identifying with your problems, your history, or your perceived limitations. You strip away the old labels. I am struggling. I am in debt. And you clothe yourself in the royal robes of your new identity. I am sovereign. I am opulent. I am the master of my fate. These three flames, intention, imagination, and I am, work in perfect synergy. Your intention is the arrow. Your imagination is the target you visualize. And your I am is the unshakable knowing that the arrow has already hit its mark. You decide with intention. You detail with imagination. You confirm with I am. This is the 3I formula, the engine that directs the Atlas energy to redesign your world. Neglect one, and the structure is weak. Master all three, and you become an unstoppable force of creation. There is no power in the external world that can stand against the focused, threefold flame burning within a sovereign consciousness. This is the inner technology you were born with. Now it is time to use it with the mastery and authority of the God that you are. Let these affirmations ignite the threefold flame within you. Feel them as three distinct points of power converging into a single blazing sun at the center of your being. This is your creative fire. Energy affirmations. My intention is a law unto the universe. My imagination is the womb of my divine reality. I am the supreme authority in my world. The threefold flame of power burns brightly within me. I command my reality through intention, imagination, and I am. I am the dominion and the power. My creative fire is unstoppable. Chapter 3. The Silent Command. Forging reality in the void of absolute intention. We now isolate and amplify the first flame, intention. We must understand that in the quantum realm where reality is born, intention is not a thought, it is a force. It is a silent, unyielding command issued from the throne of your consciousness. True intention operates in the stillness, in the void between your thoughts. It is the deep, profound knowing that precedes all words and all actions. A weak intention is a scattered shout in a marketplace, lost in the noise of doubt and external opinion. A powerful intention is a silent nod from a king, an order that is understood and immediately obeyed by the entire universe. This is the level of mastery we will now cultivate. To forge reality, you must first master this silent command. The power of an intention is determined by its purity and its singularity of focus. Most people harbor a multitude of conflicting intentions. They intend for wealth, but they also intend to stay safe in their comfort zone. They intend for success, but they also intend to avoid the judgment of others. This creates an energetic stalemate. The universe receives a garbled signal and reflects back a garbled, mediocre reality. The architect of reality, however, understands the power of a single, unified command. You must clear the inner chamber of your mind of all conflicting desires, all fears, and all what-ifs. You must arrive at a point of absolute clarity. What is it that you truly decree for your life? Define it. Make it singular. Let it become the one great obsession of your soul. This single, pointed intention becomes a gravitational force, pulling all the necessary components, people, and opportunities from the quantum field into your physical experience. The forging of this absolute intention takes place in what we call the void. The void is the state of pure consciousness, the silent space you can access through meditation or deep contemplation. It is the gap between your thoughts, the canvas upon which all creation is painted. When you enter this state, you are no longer just a person with a name and a history. You are pure awareness, the creative principle of the universe itself. From this state, your intention is not a personal wish. It is a cosmic event. To practice this, find a place of stillness. Close your eyes. Breathe until the chatter of your mind subsides. Feel yourself expanding beyond your body, beyond the room, into a state of infinite, silent potential. This is the void. Now, from this state of pure being, introduce your single, clear intention. Do not shout it, do not force it. Simply release it into the stillness as a finished fact. Feel it as a subtle, powerful ripple expanding out into infinity. The intention, I am wealthy, released from this state is 1,000 times more powerful than shouting it from a state of anxiety and lack. This silent command must be unwavering. The moment you issue your decree from the void, you must consider it done. The physical world is a lagging indicator. It is an echo of a cause that has already been set in motion in the unseen. To doubt, to check for results, to worry, this is to issue a counter command. It is to tell the universe, belay that order. I am not certain. An emperor does not check to see if his servants are obeying. He knows they are. You must adopt this same unshakable royal posture. Your intention has been sent forth from the highest level of your being. Its manifestation is a matter of cosmic law, not chance. Your only remaining work is to maintain the frequency of the fulfilled desire, to live from the end result, knowing the command is already being executed across all dimensions of reality. This is the art of detached command. You become intensely focused in the moment of setting the intention, and then completely detached from the outcome, because you know the outcome is assured. This combination of intense focus and serene detachment is the signature of a true master. You plant the seed in the fertile darkness of the void, and you do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You simply know that the sun and the soil are doing their work. Your intention is the seed. The Atlas energy is the fertile soil. Your faith, your unwavering knowing, is the sun. Nurture it with the light of your certainty, and it must, by its very nature, grow into the magnificent reality you have commanded into being. Let these affirmations sharpen your intention into a diamond point. Feel them cutting through all resistance, all doubt, and all delay. Let them establish your absolute authority over the substance of your reality. Energy affirmations. My intention is a silent, irresistible force. From the stillness of the void, I command my world into being. I issue my decrees with absolute certainty. My focus is singular. My power is absolute. I have decided on my reality, and so it is. I am detached from the process, for the outcome is guaranteed. My silent command reshapes the cosmos. Chapter 4. The Quantum Easel. Painting your billion-dollar world with imagination. Now we ignite the second flame, imagination. If intention is the silent command, imagination is the royal architect's drawing room. It is here, on the quantum easel of your mind, that you paint the detailed, vibrant, multi-sensory masterpiece of your desired life. Do not mistake imagination for mere fantasy. Fantasy is passive wishing. Imagination is active creation. It is the act of mentally inhabiting a reality so completely that your subconscious mind accepts it as truth, and the Atlas energy begins to construct its physical counterpart. The universe is holographic. It cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Your nervous system, your cells, and the quantum field all respond to the blueprint you create in your mind. Therefore, you must become the most masterful, detailed, and emotionally invested artist imaginable. To paint your billion-dollar world, you must engage all your senses. A vague image of being rich has no creative power. It is a sketch on a napkin. You must create a full-scale 4K surround sound motion picture. What specifically does your world of wealth look like? See the exact shade of blue of the ocean from your villa's balcony. See the grain of the mahogany on your boardroom table. What does it sound like? Hear the quiet, satisfying hum of your luxury vehicle. Hear the specific sound your banking app makes when a 7-figure deposit arrives. What does it feel like? Feel the cool, smooth silk of your tailored suit against your skin. Feel the reassuring weight of the solid gold watch on your wrist. What does it smell and taste like? Smell the aroma of freshly brewed exotic coffee in your penthouse kitchen. Taste the exquisite meal at a restaurant where the bill is of no concern. This is not about materialism. It is about energetic specificity. Each sensory detail is a command, an energetic coordinate you are feeding to the universe. The more detailed and specific the blueprint, the more accurately and quickly the Atlas energy can construct it. Spend time each day in your quantum workshop. Close your eyes and step into your finished painting. Live in it. Walk through the rooms of your mansion. Drive your cars. Greet your staff. Check your ever-expanding investment portfolio. The key is to do this not as a daydreamer, but as the owner returning home. It should feel natural, normal, and familiar. This feeling of naturalness is the signal to your subconscious mind that this is your new reality. The subconscious, once convinced, is the loyal and tireless servant that moves heaven and earth to bring this imagined reality into your physical world. Emotion is the fuel that charges your imaginative creations. An imagination devoid of emotion is a lifeless blueprint. An imagination infused with the powerful feeling of the wish fulfilled is a living, breathing entity that demands to be born. As you live in your imagined reality, you must generate the corresponding emotion. What would it feel like to have all your desires met? It would not be frantic excitement. It would be a deep, calm, profound sense of peace, satisfaction, and sovereign power. It is the feeling of relief, of "it is done." Cultivate this specific feeling, the Sabbath feeling, the feeling of the prayer already answered. Infuse every scene you paint on your quantum easel with this serene, powerful emotion. This emotional signature is what magnetizes your creation, pulling it from the realm of the unseen into your hands. Do not be discouraged if the outer world for a time continues to reflect your old reality. This is merely the old painting. You must ignore it. You must give your full attention, belief, and energy to the new masterpiece you are creating within. Your job is not to figure out how it will happen. The how is the domain of the universe. Your job is simply to define the what with unwavering clarity and to live in the feeling of its reality now. When you are walking through your current home, feel that you are walking through your mansion. When you look at your current bank balance, see the balance you desire. This is not delusion. This is the advanced practice of living in the end. You are imposing your inner divine reality over the temporary illusion of your outer world. The outer must eventually yield. It is cosmic law. Be the master artist. Your imagination is your brush, your senses are your paints, and the quantum field is your infinite canvas. Let these affirmations empower your imaginative faculties. See them as brushes of light, painting your new reality with divine precision and speed. Energy affirmations. I am a master artist of reality. My imagination is the sacred blueprint for my life. I live in the feeling of my wish fulfilled. Every sensory detail I imagine is a command to the universe. My inner world is the only true reality. I paint my masterpiece with the colors of wealth and power. What I create in my imagination, I experience in my world. Chapter 5. The I Am Decree, the most powerful wealth statement in the cosmos. We arrive now at the third and most powerful flame, the very apex of the creative trinity, the I Am Dominion. If intention is the command and imagination is the blueprint, then your I Am is the royal seal, the divine signature that validates the blueprint and commands its immediate construction. The two words, I Am, are the name of God. They are the statement of being itself. When you speak them, you are not merely describing yourself. You are calling upon the full power of the cosmos to shape reality according to the words that follow. Whatever you attach to I Am becomes your truth, your experience, your world. This is not a metaphor. It is the fundamental law of consciousness. To decree I am wealthy is the single most powerful act of wealth creation in the universe. For lifetimes you have been unconsciously using this divine power against yourself. Every time you have thought or said, I am struggling, I am tired, I am broke, I am not good enough, you have issued a sacred decree. The universe, in its infinite obedience and impartiality, has simply said, Thy will be done, and has diligently constructed a reality to match your command. You have been the powerful king, unknowingly commanding your own dungeon. The awakening to your I Am dominion is the moment you stop this unconscious self-sabotage and begin to consciously, deliberately, and powerfully issue decrees that align with your highest vision for your life. You must become fiercely disciplined in the words you attach to I Am. You must guard the gates of your mind and allow only royal decrees to be issued. The I Am decree is not an affirmation of hope. It is a declaration of present fact. The subconscious mind, the builder of your reality, operates only in the present tense. It does not understand, I will be wealthy, or I hope to be wealthy. These statements to the subconscious affirm that wealth is in the future, that wealth is absent now. They perpetuate the state of lack. The master architect speaks only in the present tense. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am successful. You must make this claim even when, and especially when, Your physical senses report the opposite. Your senses report on the past. They show you the results of your previous decrees. To change your reality, you must ignore the testimony of your senses and hold true to your new inner I am decree. You are not lying to yourself. You are speaking a higher truth into existence. You are declaring what is true in the realm of cause, which must then become true in the realm of effect. To make this practice ruthlessly effective, you must embody the state of your I am decree. It is not enough to just say the words. You must feel what it is like to be the person who is already wealthy and powerful. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you make decisions? You would move with a quiet confidence, an unshakable self-assurance. You would not be anxious or needy. You would operate from a place of fullness, of knowing that all your needs are already met. Begin to carry yourself in this manner now. This is the meaning of acting as if. You are not faking it. You are aligning your entire being, your thoughts, your feelings, your posture, with your divine decree. This congruency creates an irresistible magnetic force, compelling your reality to reorganize itself around your new state of being. The ultimate I am decree is simply, I am. This is the pure, undiluted statement of existence, the direct connection to the God source within. When you can rest in the feeling of I am, without needing to add anything to it, you are abiding in the state of pure potential, the source of all power. From this state, you can then attach your desires with incredible force. Meditate on the feeling of I am. Feel the silent, powerful stillness of your own awareness. This is the throne of your dominion. From this throne, your decrees are not just words, they are cosmic events. I am wealthy. I am powerful. I am sovereign. Let these be the only truths you recognize. Let them be the foundation upon which you build your empire of reality. This is your power. This is your dominion. This is your I am. Let these affirmations establish your I am dominion permanently. Speak them as the one and only authority in your universe. Energy affirmations. I am the creative power of the universe. I am the source of all my abundance. Whatever I attach to, I am becomes my reality. I am wealthy, powerful, and sovereign now. I reject the evidence of my senses and abide in my I am decree. My state of being is my new reality. I am. Chapter 6. Activating the Meridian of Gold, channeling Atlas energy for limitless wealth. Having mastered the threefold flame, you are now ready to direct this incredible creative power toward a specific and glorious end, the manifestation of limitless wealth. We will now focus on a concept known as the Meridian of Gold. Just as the body has energy meridians for health, your energetic being has a meridian for wealth, a specific channel through which the Atlas energy flows and crystallizes into material abundance. For most, this channel is clogged with beliefs of lack, fear, and unworthiness. It is a tiny, constricted pipe. Our purpose now is to blast it open, to transform it into a massive, unimpeded superhighway through which the infinite riches of the universe can pour into your life. Activating your Meridian of Gold begins with a radical shift in your perception of money. You must cease to see money as a physical object that you must chase and labor for. This is the consciousness of a slave. You must begin to see money for what it truly is: energy. It is a current, a flow. It is the physical counterpart of the Atlas energy, configured to the frequency of abundance. It is not a limited resource. It is an infinite substance, as plentiful as the air you breathe. The universe knows no lack. The only lack that exists is the one constructed in the human mind. To activate the Meridian of Gold, you must dismantle this mental construction of scarcity, brick by painful brick, and replace it with the unshakable foundation of infinite supply. The first step in this process is to purify your emotional relationship with wealth. How do you feel when you think about money? Be honest. Do you feel anxiety, envy, desperation, guilt? These are energetic toxins clogging your meridian. You must flush them out. You do this by deliberately cultivating the feeling of being wealthy before the wealth appears. This is the secret. You cannot feel poor and become rich. You must feel rich to become rich. Use the tools of your imagination and your I am decrees. Spend dedicated time each day immersing yourself in the feeling of absolute financial freedom. Feel the peace, the security, the joy, the generosity. Fall in love with this feeling. Make it your dominant emotional state. This new emotional vibration acts like a powerful solvent, dissolving the old dense energies of lack that have blocked your flow for so long. The second step is to become a conscious and grateful receiver. Many people unknowingly block their own abundance because, on a deep level, they feel unworthy of receiving. They deflect compliments, feel awkward accepting gifts, and subconsciously believe they must suffer and struggle to earn anything of value. This is a poverty program that must be deleted. You must practice the art of gracious receiving. Start small. When someone offers you a compliment, simply say, "Thank you," and truly take it in. When you find a coin on the street, see it as a sign from the universe that abundance is flowing to you, and feel genuine gratitude. This opens your receiving channels. You are signaling to the Atlas energy that you are open, you are worthy, and you are ready for more. Gratitude is the great multiplier. Being grateful for the wealth you already have, no matter how small it may seem, places you on the frequency of having more. Finally, you must activate the flow by becoming a conduit for abundance, not a dam. The nature of energy is to flow. Hoarding energy out of fear creates stagnation. This applies to money. While it is wise to be a good steward of your resources, you must release the fear-based consciousness of hoarding. Embrace the idea of circulation. Give with joy, knowing that the source is infinite and what you give circulates back to you multiplied. This does not mean being reckless. It means operating from a consciousness of overflow. You are not a stagnant pond. You are a channel connected to an infinite ocean. The more freely the energy flows through you, the wider your meridian of gold becomes. You are an open channel for the Atlas energy to express itself as wealth in the world. Activating your meridian of gold is an internal process of energetic alignment. It is about cleansing your beliefs, elevating your emotions, and opening yourself to the infinite flow of universal supply. When you align your inner state with the frequency of wealth, the Atlas energy has a clear and open channel. Money and opportunities will begin to flow to you from expected and unexpected sources in ever-increasing amounts. This is not magic, it is the physics of consciousness. Let these affirmations blast open your meridian of gold, transforming it into a mighty river of cosmic abundance. Energy affirmations. I am an open channel for limitless wealth. Money is energy, and I am its master. I dissolve all beliefs of lack and scarcity now. I am a joyous and grateful receiver of abundance. The Atlas energy flows through me as a river of gold. I circulate wealth with love and wisdom. My meridian of gold is fully activated and expanding. Chapter 7. The Subconscious Alchemy, Transmuting Doubt into Dynastic Power. You have been given the commands, the blueprints, and the channel for creating your new reality. But there is a gatekeeper to this kingdom, a powerful servant who must be convinced before the outer world can change. This is your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the captain who gives the orders, but the subconscious mind is the crew that runs the entire ship, from the engines to the sails. It controls your bodily functions, your habits, your beliefs, and your vibrational output. For your new reality of wealth and power to become permanent, you must impress your new decrees upon this deeper mind. This is the art of subconscious alchemy, the process of transmuting the lead of your old limiting beliefs into the pure gold of dynastic power. The subconscious mind learns through two primary mechanisms: repetition and emotion. It is not easily convinced by a single command. It has been running the old programs of lack and limitation for years, even decades. You must be persistent. You must be relentless. You must repeat your new reality to it over and over again until it becomes the new default program. This is why daily practice is not merely a suggestion. It is a requirement for the architect. Every time you immerse yourself in the imaginative scene of your wish fulfilled, every time you declare, "I am wealthy," you are making an impression on the subconscious. Each repetition is like a hammer strike, forging a new neural pathway, a new belief system. The old pathways of doubt will atrophy from disuse. while the new pathways of power and abundance become strong, dominant, and automatic. Emotion is the superglue of the subconscious. A belief or idea impressed upon the subconscious with intense feeling is accepted far more quickly and powerfully than one impressed with neutral emotion. This is why simply repeating affirmations mechanically has limited effect. You must feel the truth of what you are declaring. When you are in your imaginative scene, don't just see the wealth. Feel the exultant joy, the profound peace, the unshakable security of it. This feeling is the alchemical fire that transmutes the idea into a deeply held conviction within the subconscious. The subconscious mind reasons deductively. If you feed it the premise, the feeling, of being wealthy, it will accept that as fact and begin to arrange your life and actions to logically support that premise. It will give you brilliant ideas, guide your intuition, and attract the opportunities that align with the core belief of "I am wealthy." One of the most potent times to perform this subconscious alchemy is in the state between wakefulness and sleep. In these drowsy, hypnagogic states, the conscious mind's resistance is at its lowest. The veil between the conscious and subconscious is thin. This is the golden hour for the architect. As you are drifting off to sleep, loop your imaginative scene of the wish fulfilled. Feel it as real, right now. Condense the scene into a single powerful feeling, the feeling of, "It is done." Lull yourself to sleep in this feeling. As you sleep, your subconscious mind will work on this impression for hours, unhindered by conscious doubt. It will accept this final feeling of the day as its marching orders, its blueprint for the reality it is to construct for you when you awaken. What you impress upon your subconscious in the last 5 minutes before sleep has a disproportionately powerful effect on your life. The transmutation of doubt is an active process. When old thoughts of fear or lack arise during your day, and they will, you must not fight them. Fighting them gives them energy. You must simply see them, acknowledge them as echoes of an old, dead reality, and then calmly and authoritatively replace them with your new truth. If the thought, "I can't afford this," appears, you do not argue with it. You simply override it with the decree, "I am the source of all supply. I can afford anything I desire." You are retraining your mind, thought by thought. You are the master of your inner world, and no thought has permission to exist in your mind without your consent. This is not about suppressing negativity. It is about rendering it obsolete by focusing all of your power and attention on your desired reality. The old dies in the shadow of the new, blazing sun of your conviction. Let these affirmations be your alchemical formulas. Let them sink deep into the treasury of your subconscious mind, transforming every shadow of doubt into the radiant light of absolute power. Energy affirmations. My subconscious mind accepts my new reality now. I impress my desires upon my subconscious with feeling and faith. Every repetition makes my new reality more solid. I am the master of my subconscious programming. I transmute all doubt into the gold of unshakable conviction. As I sleep, my subconscious builds my new world. My new beliefs are now my permanent reality. Chapter 8. Collapsing the Chronos illusion. Your desired reality is already here. Prepare yourself for a profound shift in your understanding of time. You have been taught to perceive time as a linear progression, a past that is gone, a present that is fleeting, and a future that is yet to come. This is the illusion of Chronos, or chronological time. This belief is the primary reason for delay in manifestation. As long as you believe your desire is in the future, that is precisely where it will stay, always just beyond your reach. The architect of reality understands a deeper truth. All time is simultaneous. The quantum field contains all possible realities, all possible pasts and all possible futures, existing as probabilities right now, in this eternal moment. Your desired reality, the one where you are limitlessly wealthy and powerful, is not something you need to create from scratch. It already exists. Your work is not to build it, but to select it. This is the principle of collapsing timelines. Imagine an infinite library of films. Each film is a complete timeline, a complete life experience from beginning to end. The life of struggle you may have been experiencing is one film. The life of opulent mastery you desire is another film sitting right next to it on the shelf. You switch between these films, these timelines, by changing your vibrational frequency, your state of being. You are the projector. The state of consciousness you occupy determines which film is projected onto the screen of your physical experience. You do not need to wait for the future to arrive. You must simply tune your inner frequency to the timeline you wish to experience, and you will collapse that probability into your physical reality. Now, how do you tune your frequency? You have already learned the tools through your I am decrees and your vivid imagination. When you declare, I am wealthy, and immerse yourself in the feeling of that reality, you are literally vibrating at the frequency of the wealthy timeline. You are tuning your cosmic dial to that specific station. The key is to maintain this new frequency with unwavering consistency. The moment you begin to feel doubt, worry, or impatience, you are retuning your dial back to the old, unwanted timeline. This is a vibrational tug of war, and your job is to remain locked onto the new frequency until it becomes your dominant, natural state. To accelerate this process, you must begin living in the end. This is the most direct application of collapsing the Chronos illusion. You must think, feel, and act from the perspective of your desire already being a concrete fact. Ask yourself, how would the person I desire to be think about this situation? What would the wealthy version of me choose right now? Then think and choose accordingly. This is not about making reckless financial decisions. It is about adopting the mindset, the confidence, and the emotional state of the person who already has what you desire. You begin to see the world through their eyes. You walk with their assurance. You feel their inner peace. By doing this, you are energetically occupying the new timeline. You are sending such a clear, powerful, and consistent signal to the universe that the old reality has no choice but to dematerialize and be replaced by the one that matches your new vibration. This understanding liberates you from the tyranny of waiting. There is nothing to wait for. There is no journey to undertake. There is only a shift in consciousness to be made, right here, right now. Your power is not in the future. It is in this eternal moment of choice. In every single moment, you are choosing your timeline with your state of being. Are you choosing the timeline of lack by focusing on your current bills? Or are you choosing the timeline of abundance by focusing on the feeling of your wish fulfilled? The choice is always yours. The moment you truly grasp this, you become a quantum leaper. You realize you can shift your reality as quickly as you can shift your state of consciousness. The 30 days, the year, the decade you thought it might take to achieve your goals, this is all part of the Chronos illusion. The shift can happen in an instant, the moment you successfully and permanently change your I am. Let these affirmations dissolve the illusion of linear time. Feel your power concentrated in the eternal now, giving you immediate access to any reality you choose. Energy affirmations. All time is now. My desired reality already exists. I collapse the timeline of my choice into my experience now. I am living in the end result. I choose the frequency of wealth and power in this very moment. There is no delay. My reality shifts with my consciousness. I am a master of time and space. My wish is fulfilled. It is done. Chapter 9. The Resonance of Sovereignty. Attuning your frequency to effortless kingship. You have learned to command, to visualize, and to decree. Now you must learn to simply be. The ultimate state of mastery is not one of constant effort, but of effortless resonance. This is the resonance of sovereignty, the state of being so perfectly attuned to the frequency of power, wealth, and authority that these things flow to you as a natural consequence of who you are. A king does not constantly strive to be a king. He simply is a king, and his entire kingdom organizes itself around that fact. You must now cultivate this inner state of effortless kingship, this vibrational signature that announces to the universe, I am sovereign, without you having to utter a single word. Resonance is a law of physics. When a tuning fork is struck, another tuning fork of the same frequency across the room will begin to vibrate in sympathy without being touched. Your consciousness is the first tuning fork. The infinite possibilities in the quantum field are the other tuning forks. When you consistently hold the inner state of sovereignty, a state of calm, unshakable self-worth, and absolute certainty, you begin to vibrate at a specific frequency. By the law of resonance, all things in the universe that match that frequency, wealth, respect, opportunities, ideal relationships, must begin to vibrate in sympathy with you. They must be drawn into your experience. You are not chasing them. You are calling them to you by the sheer power of your being. Cultivating this resonance begins with the radical act of claiming your inherent worthiness. You are not worthy because of what you do or what you achieve. You are worthy because you exist. You are a unique expression of the God Source, an indispensable piece of the cosmos. Your worth is infinite and non-negotiable. You must internalize this truth until it becomes the bedrock of your consciousness. Any feeling of unworthiness, any sense that you must earn your place or your abundance, creates a dissonant frequency that repels the very things you desire. Spend time in meditation simply feeling your own divine presence. Connect with the I Am at your core. This is the source of all value in the universe. As you learn to value your own being above all else, the world will reflect that valuation back to you in the form of wealth and honor. The resonance of sovereignty is also characterized by a state of non-neediness. Desire that comes from a place of lack, a feeling of "I need this to be happy," creates a desperate, clinging energy that pushes your desire away. The sovereign, however, desires from a place of fullness. A king might desire a new territory not because he is lacking, but because he wishes to expand his already glorious kingdom. You must shift your desires from "I need" to "I choose." I don't need $1 million to be whole. I am already whole. From this place of wholeness, I choose to experience the reality of $1 million. This subtle shift in perspective changes your entire vibrational output from one of needy begging to one of powerful choosing. The universe always responds to the chooser, the sovereign, the one who knows their happiness is not contingent on any external thing. This state of kingship is an inner posture. It is a quiet, unshakable calm. It is the peace of knowing that you are the creator of your world and that all is well. It is an absence of worry, an absence of hurry, an absence of the need to prove yourself to anyone. It is a deep, internal relaxation. When you are truly in a state of sovereignty, you are not stressed about how your manifestation will arrive. You are not anxious. You are at peace, enjoying the present moment, knowing with absolute certainty that your kingdom is in perfect order and your decrees are being carried out. This deep, inner calm is the most magnetic frequency you can emit. It signals to the universe that you are a master, and the universe rushes to serve masters. Attune yourself to this frequency daily. Practice walking, talking, and thinking like the sovereign you are. Eliminate complaining, blaming, and justifying from your life, for these are the habits of a victim, not a ruler. Carry yourself with a quiet dignity. Treat yourself with the utmost respect. You are royalty. Your consciousness is your kingdom. When you achieve this resonance of sovereignty, the world outside you will have no choice but to bow. Opportunities will present themselves as loyal subjects. Wealth will flow to you as tribute. You will no longer manifest through effort, but through effortless being. Let these affirmations attune you to the majestic frequency of your own sovereign power. Energy affirmations. I am the sovereign ruler of my reality. My resonance calls my desires to me effortlessly. My worth is infinite and inherent. I desire from a place of fullness, not of lack. I am calm and certain, for my kingdom is in perfect order. The world reorganizes itself to match my sovereign state. I am effortless kingship. Chapter 10. Shattering the reality mirror. When the outer world is a lie. There will come a point on your journey, a critical test of your faith and power, when your inner world and your outer world are in direct opposition. You will have diligently practiced your decrees, painted your imaginative masterpieces, and cultivated the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You will feel, with every fiber of your being, that you are wealthy and powerful. And yet, you will open your eyes, and the mirror of your physical reality will reflect back the old, unwanted image. The bank account may still show a low balance. The unwanted circumstances may still be present. This is the great trial for every architect. It is the moment you must learn to shatter the reality mirror. You must understand that the physical world is nothing more than a mirror, reflecting what has been. It is a collection of shadows of your past thoughts, past beliefs, and past states of being. It has no active creative power of its own. Its only power is the power you give it with your attention and your belief. When you look at your current circumstances and react to them with fear, disappointment, or doubt, you are declaring that the reflection in the mirror is more real than the divine reality you are creating within. You are taking your cues from a shadow, and in doing so, you are recreating that same unwanted reality over and over again. The master understands that the reflection is a lie. It is old news. It is a ghost of a past that is already dead. To shatter the mirror, you must perform a radical act of spiritual defiance. You must look directly at the unwanted reflection, and with the full force of your sovereign will, declare it null and void. You must say to lack, "You are an illusion. I do not see you." You must say to struggle, "You are a shadow. You have no power over me." This is not denial in a psychological sense. It is a declaration of your supreme authority as the creator of your reality. You are withdrawing your belief and your energy from the outer illusion and placing it 100% on your inner, imagined truth. You are starving the shadow of its life force, your attention. This requires immense mental discipline. The temptation to react to the facts presented by your five senses will be strong. This is where your training culminates. You must be the unwavering sentinel at the gate of your mind. When the reflection of lack appears, you must immediately and deliberately turn your attention inward to the feeling of opulence. When the reflection of a problem appears, you must turn your attention to the feeling of the solution, the feeling of the prayer already answered. You are essentially telling the universe, "I don't care what the mirror shows me right now. I know who I am. I am wealthy. I am powerful. And I will hold to this inner truth until the mirror has no choice but to break and reform itself to reflect what I decree." Think of yourself as a sculptor with a magnificent statue finished in your mind. The outside world is a rough block of marble. A novice sculptor would look at the marble and say, "This is just a rock." But the master sculptor, Michelangelo, looked at the marble and said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free." He held the inner vision so powerfully that the external form had to yield. You must do the same. The outer world is your block of marble. Do not be intimidated by its current shape. Hold fast to your inner vision, your perfect, finished reality, and know that every moment you persist in your assumption, you are chipping away the excess marble. Eventually, the outer form must conform to the perfect image held within. This period of incongruence, where the inner and outer are different, is the final test. It is the fire that forges a dabbler into a master. It is where you prove, to yourself and to the cosmos, where your true allegiance lies. Is it with the temporary, illusory reflection, or is it with the eternal, creative power within you? Choose the power within. Persist, endure, hold your state. The mirror will shatter. It must. It is the law. And when it does, it will reform to show you the magnificent, wealthy, powerful being you have claimed yourself to be. Let these affirmations be your hammer to shatter the mirror of illusion. Let them establish your inner vision as the one and only reality. Energy affirmations. The outer world is a reflection of the past. I live in my new reality now. I withdraw all power from appearances. My inner vision is the only truth. I starve the illusion of lack with my indifference. I am unshakable in my assumption of wealth and power. The mirror must and will reflect my new state of being. I am the master, not the mirror. Chapter 11. The God Particle Meditation. Accessing the field of infinite potential. We have spoken of the void, the subconscious, and the quantum field. Now, we will journey directly into the heart of creation itself. We will undertake a practice known as the God Particle Meditation. This is not a passive exercise in relaxation. It is an active, dynamic journey into the subatomic realm where all reality is born. It is a method for consciously accessing the field of infinite potential, the unified field from which all matter, all energy, and all experience arises. In this field, there is no lack, no limitation, and no time. There is only pure, unmanifested potential, waiting for a consciousness to give it form. By learning to access this field, you move beyond simply influencing your reality. You begin to operate from the very source of it. To begin the God particle meditation, find a comfortable position in a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep, calming breaths. With each breath, release the identity you hold in the world. Release your name, your history, your profession, your problems. Let them all dissolve. Now bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart space. Imagine a single, brilliant point of light there. This is your point of connection to the infinite. This is your personal gateway to the unified field. Focus all of your attention on this point of light. Now, with your intention, begin to zoom into this point of light. Imagine your consciousness shrinking, moving past your physical body, past the molecules, past the atoms. You are moving deeper and deeper into the fabric of your own being. See the electrons orbiting the nuclei like tiny solar systems. Go deeper still into the nucleus itself, past the protons and neutrons. Keep going. You are moving into a realm of pure energy, a vibrant, scintillating field of light. You are entering the quantum foam, the birthplace of particles. Here things are not solid. They are waves of probability, flickering in and out of existence. This is the raw material of the universe. As you rest your awareness in this field, you will realize something profound. This field is you. It is not separate from you. Your consciousness and this field of infinite potential are one and the same. You are not a body with a consciousness. You are a consciousness that has temporarily localized itself as a body. In this state, you are pure, unlimited awareness. Feel this. Feel the infinite potential coursing through you. In this field, the reality where you are a billionaire is just as possible, just as real, as the reality where you are struggling. They are simply different vibrational patterns within your own being. From this place of unity and infinite potential, you will now introduce the blueprint of your desire. Do not do this with force. Do it with the gentle certainty of a master. Bring to mind the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You learn to cultivate this feeling in your imaginative scenes. Now release that feeling, that specific vibrational signature, into the field. See it as a color, a sound, a geometric pattern. Watch as the field of pure potential begins to respond. See the shimmering particles begin to swirl and organize themselves around your feeling, like iron filings aligning to a magnet. You are not creating something from nothing. You are simply providing the organizational pattern, the blueprint, for the infinite energy that you are to crystallize into a specific experience. Hold this vision and feeling for several minutes. Feel the certainty of it. In this field, it is already done. The pattern has been set. The particles have received their instructions. There is no doubt. There is no question of how. From this level, the process is instantaneous. Now, gently begin to bring your awareness back. Zoom out, past the atoms, past the molecules, back into your physical body. Bring your attention back to your heart space, to that point of brilliant light. Know that the pattern you have impressed upon the field is now locked in. Carry this certainty with you as you open your eyes and return to your day. You have just operated from the level of cause. The world of effect must now conform. Practice the God particle meditation regularly. It is your direct line to the control room of the universe. Each time you enter this state, you strengthen your identity as the creator, not the created. You move from being a character in the play to being the playwright, the director, and the entire stage. You are accessing the power that fuels stars and creates galaxies, and focusing it with precision toward the creation of your perfect, sovereign life. Let these affirmations guide you into the heart of creation, the field of infinite power that is your true self. Energy affirmations. I am one with the field of infinite potential. My consciousness is the organizing principle of the universe. From the source of all creation, I command my reality. The particles of the cosmos obey the blueprint of my desire. I am not in the universe. The universe is in me. I operate from the level of pure cause. My desired reality is now crystallized in the quantum field. Chapter 12. The Architecture of Assumption. Living from the throne of your fulfilled desire. We have now reached a pivotal and sublime stage of mastery. It is the art of living entirely from the end result. This is the architecture of assumption. It is the conscious and deliberate practice of inhabiting the state of your wish fulfilled so completely that it becomes your new natural reality. This is the final step that solidifies your creation and makes it an unshakable, permanent fixture in your life. To assume a state is to accept it as true, to live from it, not of it. You are no longer a person trying to become wealthy. You are a wealthy person, simply living your life. This shift from seeking to being is the secret key that unlocks the final door. The architecture of assumption is built upon a simple but profound premise. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Your reality is not based on objective truth. It is based on the sum total of your assumptions. If you assume you must work hard for money, your reality will validate that assumption. If you assume life is a struggle, your world will be filled with struggle. The master architect consciously chooses their assumptions. They dare to assume the most glorious, powerful, and opulent state for themselves, and they persist in that assumption until it becomes their physical reality. Your primary work, then, is to choose your grandest assumption and live from it as if it were already a concrete fact. To live from the throne of your fulfilled desire, you must constantly monitor your inner conversations. Your mental dialogues, the conversations you have with yourself all day long, are the fertile ground where your assumptions take root. What are you saying to yourself from morning to night? Is your inner speech coming from the old state of lack? I hope I can pay this bill. Why is this so hard? Or is it coming from your new assumed state of wealth? Isn't it wonderful how everything always works out for me? I have more than enough to handle that and to be outrageously generous. You must deliberately revise your inner conversations to reflect the reality you have assumed. Speak to yourself as the person you now are. Congratulate yourself on your success. Mentally plan how you will invest your next million. This inner speech, when practiced consistently, convinces your subconscious that the new state is real, and it will work tirelessly to objectify it. Furthermore, you must allow your actions to follow your assumption naturally. This is not about faking it till you make it in a way that feels forced or fraudulent. It is about a natural outflowing of your new state of being. The wealthy person you have assumed yourself to be, how would they spend their day? They would likely not spend it worrying about money. They would spend it engaged in work they love, enjoying their leisure, and acting with a sense of security and purpose. Begin to incorporate these patterns into your life now, to the best of your ability. It might mean dedicating an hour to a passion project instead of worrying. It might mean choosing the slightly better coffee because you are operating from a state of abundance, not from a state of penny-pinching lack. These small, congruent actions reinforce your assumption and signal to the universe that you are serious. The ultimate state of assumption is a feeling of naturalness. At first, assuming a new, grand state might feel strange or artificial. But with persistence, it will begin to feel normal. It will become your new comfort zone. The moment your assumed state of wealth feels more natural to you than your old state of lack is the moment your manifestation is guaranteed. This is the point of no return. You have so fully embodied the new reality within that the outer world has no choice but to catch up. It is the point Neville Goddard called the Sabbath, the state of rest, the divine stillness that comes from knowing with absolute certainty that the creative act is finished. You are no longer striving. You are no longer creating. You are simply being the person you chose to be and allowing your world to be born around you. This is the pinnacle of the architect's work. You build the structure of your assumption with your imagination and your I am decrees. You furnish it with your inner conversations and congruent actions. And then you move in and live there. You stop visiting it in your meditations and you make it your permanent address. You are no longer looking for wealth, you are looking from wealth. You are seated on the throne of your fulfilled desire. And from that vantage point, you observe your new kingdom, your new reality, taking form around you in perfect divine order. Let these affirmations solidify your assumption. Let them seat you firmly on the throne of your new reality, now and forever. Energy affirmations. I have assumed the state of my wish fulfilled. I live, think, and act from the reality of my success. My inner conversations confirm my wealth and power. This new state feels completely natural to me now. I am resting in the certainty that it is done. I am looking at the world from the throne of my new reality. My assumption has hardened into unshakable fact. Chapter 13. The energetic signature of an emperor, projecting unshakable authority. You are now operating from the throne of your assumption. The kingdom of your inner world is secure. Now, we must ensure that your dominion is projected outward, that the energy you radiate commands the respect and obedience of the world around you. This is the energetic signature of an emperor. An emperor does not need to shout to be obeyed. Their very presence, their energy, their aura, communicates their authority. It is an unshakable, calm, centered power that influences people and events without force or effort. You will now learn to cultivate and project this same signature, ensuring that your external reality reflects the inner sovereignty you have so carefully built. Your energetic signature is the vibrational field that constantly emanates from you. It is a composite of your core beliefs, your dominant emotional state, and your deepest assumptions about yourself and the world. This field is perceptible to everyone you interact with on a subconscious level. It is why some people command a room the moment they enter while others go unnoticed. The person who projects an energetic signature of desperation repels opportunities. The person who projects a signature of unshakable, sovereign authority becomes a magnet for success, loyalty, and wealth. Your final task as an architect is to ensure that the signature you are broadcasting is one of pure, imperial power. The foundation of the emperor's signature is self-reliance. The emperor looks to no one and nothing outside of himself for validation, permission, or power. He knows that he is the source. You must adopt this same radical self-reliance. Cease looking for external signs that your manifestation is working. Stop seeking approval from others. Relinquish the need for anyone else to believe in your vision. Your vision is yours alone. Your power comes from within you, from your connection to the Atlas energy. This complete and total reliance on your own consciousness creates an incredibly powerful and centered energetic field. It communicates to the world that you are a cause, not an effect, a master, not a servant. People are subconsciously drawn to this energy. They want to be in the presence of someone who is so certain, so self-contained. The second element of this signature is emotional equanimity. An emperor is not thrown into turmoil by every passing event. They are not reactive. They maintain a calm center in the midst of any storm, knowing that their inner state is what truly controls the outcome. You must cultivate this same emotional mastery. When faced with challenges, which are merely tests of your new state, you do not react with fear or anger. You observe them from the throne of your assumption, from the calm certainty that you are in control and that this too is working for your highest good. This emotional stability projects an aura of immense power and control. It signals to the universe that you are unshakable, and only an unshakable consciousness can build a permanent empire. Finally, the emperor's signature is one of decisiveness and command. An emperor does not waver. They make a decision and know it to be right. They speak with quiet authority, not aggression. Their words carry weight because they are backed by the full force of their conviction. Practice this in your daily life. Make decisions, big and small, with confidence. When you speak, speak with intention and clarity. Eliminate hesitant language like "I think" or "maybe" or "I'll try." Replace it with the language of command. I will, it is, I am. You are not being arrogant. You are aligning your verbal expression with your inner reality of sovereign power. Your words are decrees, and this energy of command will begin to influence how others respond to you. They will begin to treat your words as law. Projecting this signature is a natural consequence of the inner work you have done. It is not an act you put on. It is an energy you radiate. It comes from truly knowing who you are, the supreme operative power in your universe. It is the calm confidence of the master artist who knows their creation is perfect. It is the serene authority of the king who knows his kingdom is secure. As you move through your day, consciously radiate this energy. Feel it as a field of golden light extending from you. See it in your mind's eye. This is your sphere of influence, your imperial aura. Within this field, your will is supreme. People will be more agreeable. Obstacles will seem to melt away, and opportunities will find you. You are not manipulating the world. You are simply bringing it into alignment with the supreme truth of your own being. Let these affirmations solidify your imperial presence. Feel them radiating from your core, shaping the world around you with their silent, undeniable power. Energy affirmations. I am the sole source of power and authority in my life. I project an energetic signature of unshakable, sovereign power. My emotional calm is my greatest strength. My decisions are final, and my word is law. The world responds to the authority of my presence. I command my reality with quiet, certain power. I am the emperor of my universe. Chapter 14. The Cosmic Sabbath, the final secret to permanent manifestation. We have reached the culmination of our journey, the final and most profound secret to creating a reality that is not just a fleeting success, but a permanent, enduring state of being. This is the principle of the Cosmic Sabbath. In religious texts, after the act of creation was complete, God rested on the seventh day. This is not a story about a deity needing a vacation. It is a deep, mystical allegory for the final stage of consciousness in the creative process. The Sabbath is a state of mind, a psychological and spiritual posture of absolute stillness and non-interference, born from the unshakable conviction that the creative act is finished. It is the final seal on your new reality. After you have successfully assumed the state of your wish fulfilled, after it feels natural and you are living from the throne of that assumption, there comes a time to completely release it. You must drop the desire. You must stop all mental effort. You must cease the imaginative acts, the affirmations, and the inner conversations about that specific desire. Why? Because to continue the techniques implies that the act is not yet finished. It implies you are still trying to create it, which perpetuates a state of seeking, not having. The true Sabbath is a state of profound inner peace and satisfaction, a quiet knowing that it is done. You no longer hunger for it because you are full. You are no longer thirsty for it because your thirst has been quenched. Entering the Cosmic Sabbath is the ultimate test of faith. It requires you to trust completely in the creative process you have initiated. It is like a master archer who looses the arrow and then calmly turns away, without watching to see if it hits the target. He knows his aim was true. His work is done. The arrow's flight is now governed by the laws of physics. Similarly, you have loosed the arrow of your desire with your intention and imagination. Your work is done. The manifestation is now governed by the laws of consciousness. Your interference now can only disrupt its flight path. You must trust the unseen forces that you have set in motion. This state of rest is not laziness or apathy. It is a powerful, active stillness. It is a conscious letting go that demonstrates your absolute faith. How do you know when you have reached the Sabbath? You will feel a sense of naturalness and indifference about your desire. The frantic, needy energy will be gone. If you think of your desire, it will feel like a memory of something that has already happened, or a simple fact of your life, like knowing your own name. There is no more emotional charge, no more anxiety, no more longing. There is only a calm, peaceful certainty. When you reach this state, you have successfully impregnated the subconscious mind. The seed has been planted. Now you must leave it alone to germinate. During the Sabbath, you simply go about your life, enjoying the present moment, filled with a quiet, confident joy. You turn your attention to other things. You find gratitude in the now. This is crucial. This state of non-interference and peaceful expectation is the fertile ground in which your manifestation will take its final form and burst forth into your physical reality.
Often, the manifestation appears most quickly and surprisingly when you have almost forgotten about it, because in that forgetting, you have truly let go and entered the Sabbath. You have completely surrendered to the knowledge that it is a finished fact. If you find yourself tempted to fall back into the techniques, to start trying again, gently guide yourself back to the feeling of rest. Remind yourself, it is done. The work is finished. My Sabbath has begun.
This state of divine indifference is the ultimate expression of power. It declares to the universe that your faith in your own creative power is absolute. You have decreed a thing, and you know that it is established. There is nothing more to do but to receive it when it appears in your physical world, and it must appear. Once the Sabbath is truly entered, the manifestation is as certain as the rising of the sun. It is the final, inviolable law. Let these affirmations guide you into the sacred, powerful rest of the cosmic Sabbath. Let go of all effort and enter the peace of knowing your creation is complete. Energy affirmations. The creative act is finished. It is done. I now enter the sacred rest of the Sabbath. I release my desire with absolute faith. My work is complete and my trust is absolute. I live in a state of peaceful, joyous expectation. I no longer seek, for I have already found. In this stillness, my new reality is born. Chapter 15, The Keystone of Power, Sealing Your New Universe. Welcome, architect, to the final moment of construction. You have awakened the Atlas energy, mastered the threefold flame, and seated yourself upon the throne of your assumption. You have entered the cosmic Sabbath, the divine rest that confirms your creation is complete. Now we place the final, eternal stone in your magnificent structure. The Keystone of Power. The keystone is the central stone at the apex of an arch that locks all the other stones into position, giving the structure its unshakable strength and permanence. For you, the Keystone of Power is a new, unbreakable identity. It is the permanent fusion of your consciousness with the state you have assumed, so that it is no longer something you are doing, but simply who you are. Until now, you have been consciously assuming the identity of the wealthy, powerful person. Now you must drop the word assuming. You must become it so completely that the old you, the you who struggled or felt lack, becomes a distant, unbelievable memory, like a story about someone else. This is the final alchemical wedding, the integration of your new state into the very fabric of your being. This is not about forgetting your past, but about seeing it from your new, elevated perspective, seeing it as a necessary part of the journey that led you to this throne, but no longer identifying with it in any way. You are no longer the person who became wealthy. You are wealth. You are no longer the person who attained power. You are power. Sealing this new universe requires a conscious and final act of release and embodiment. It involves looking at your new reality, now beginning to manifest all around you, not with surprise or even overwhelming excitement, but with a simple, profound sense of recognition. Ah, there it is, of course. This feeling of natural recognition is the ultimate sign that the new identity has been fully embodied. Surprise is the language of the old self, the self who thought this was difficult or miraculous. The new you, the sovereign creator, is not surprised when your commands are obeyed. It is the natural order of things. Cultivate this calm, knowing acceptance as the physical evidence of your new reality begins to pour in. The Keystone of Power is also cemented with gratitude. But this is a new kind of gratitude. It is not the gratitude of someone who has just received a lucky gift. It is the deep, majestic gratitude of the Creator for the perfection of their own law and their own power. You are grateful not just for the wealth, but for the realization of who you are. You are grateful for the law of assumption, for the Atlas energy, for your own divine imagination. This higher form of gratitude multiplies your power exponentially because it focuses on the cause, your consciousness, rather than just the effect, the manifestation. This gratitude anchors you permanently in the state of being the source of your own good. Finally, you seal your new universe by becoming its guardian. You now have a responsibility to this new state of being. You must protect your consciousness from ever returning to the old ways of thinking. You are the eternal sentinel of your new world. You consciously choose thoughts, friends, and environments that are in harmony with your sovereign identity. You no longer entertain doubt or fear. not because you are suppressing them, but because they are genuinely foreign to your new nature. You have built a kingdom, and now you must rule it with wisdom, power, and grace. Your new identity is the law of your new universe. You have completed the journey from a sleeping god to an awakened architect. The tools are yours forever. The power has always been yours, but now you wield it with conscious mastery. Look upon your life, your empire, your reality. It is a perfect reflection of the being you have chosen to become. You are the Keystone. Your I Am is the force that holds your universe together. From this day forward, you walk the earth not as a seeker, but as a sovereign. You no longer hope for a better future. You command your perfect present. The cosmic message has been delivered, and you have not only heard it, you have become it. Your reality is redesigned. Live in it, reign in it, expand it. It is yours. Let these final affirmations be the keystone, locking your new reality into eternal, unshakable being. Energy affirmations. I am this new being, now and forever. My new reality is my permanent natural state. I look upon my creation with calm, knowing recognition. My gratitude is for the law and the power that I am. I am the eternal guardian of my new universe. The old self is a forgotten dream. I am the Keystone. I am the power. I am.